A year and a half later, currently practicing self-isolation and social distancing due to the coronavirus pandemic, I finally have the time and inclination to sift through the hours of footage of a trip that my wife Mel and I took to kayak the length of the Grand Canyon of the Colorado River. It was a special trip for Mel, the culmination of years of kayaking ambition, having stood on the rim of the canyon, looking down 10 years prior, wishing that she could paddle the waters about a mile below. For me, it turned out to be a grand old trip. Encouraged by a possibly over-enthusiastic kayak coach back in the UK, I had at the last minute changed my choice of rental kayak from a nice, safe, high-volume boat to a Piranha Ripper, a recently released, much lower volume boat, which, while harder to keep upright in the turbulent, high-volume waters of the Colorado, should prove more fun and give more opportunity to surf waves. I'd had one previous go in one back in the UK, and, well, let's just say it took some getting used to. We quickly settled into a routine of paddling rapids, surfing waves, exploring side hikes and creeks, and getting to know our fellow paddlers and raft support crew. The clear waters we had initially encountered met the little Colorado River, which was in spate, dumping chocolatey brown silt into the river, and it made the churning water a little harder to read for those of us who are unused to this. Here's a surprise hole. The length of the Grand Canyon that we paddled, from Lee's Ferry to Diamond Creek, is 226 miles long and took us 14 days. There's no phone signal, and the sense of awe at the incredible scenery, history, and geology of the canyon is equalled by the peace and tranquility of being cut off from the rest of the world, entirely reliant on the paddle and oar-powered craft and the supplies that we had brought with us. And once I got used to the big volume water in the small boat, the Ripper really came into its own. Big volume paddling is incredible. There's a whole different set of challenges to those usually found in the UK. While there are far fewer rocks to collide with, the waves, whirlpools and surging water provide plenty of interest, and there's no greater feeling than taking a keystroke right at the top of a wave, launching the boat through the air and landing with a satisfying poof sound on the downward slope. The Grand Canyon rapids have their own grading system, and instead of going from 1 to 5, which kayakers are used to, they are rated 1 to 10. The most daunting of these, Lava Falls, a Class 10 rapid, awaited us at the end of our day 10. We took time to inspect it from high up on the bank, picking out the line that we wished to follow, and the terrifying ledge hole in the middle of the river that we needed to avoid, and with butterflies pounding at my stomach, I peeled out of the eddy at the back of my group. The Grand Canyon was an incredible trip. The camaraderie of the group, the amazing rapids, the sense of isolation, the incredible scenery. Looking back now from a situation where adventures like these are temporarily restricted, it's even more clear to me that the value of exploring the world, finding joy in the power of nature and geology, and in the simple pleasure of mastering the control of a plastic tube propelled by a carbon fibre stick, cannot be overstated.